The reason that we named this tour Nothing Like the First Time is because obviously it's our first time doing a national tour, but the reason that that's important to me is because this is such a privilege for us, and I think there's an image of artists as, like, you know, people who get successful really fast as oftentimes being ungrateful and spoiled and not aware of what a brilliant opportunity they have. And sometimes when I think you're caught up in a whirlwind of success, it's hard to zoom out and see the bigger picture and realize that there's 7 billion people on this planet, 6.999 billion of whom would you know, cut off their arm to trade places with you. And that's not how it worked for us. You know, we've been grinding for a long time and playing small shows and playing colleges, doing hundreds of dates. And so to get to do this, to get to perform for an audience of people who really truly wants to be there, and that's all it is it's getting to perform for people who give a fuck about the show, and you get to establish a community and establish a vibe and have fun. It means the world to us, and I think it was important for us as a band not only to acknowledge it in the way the tour was put out there, but to acknowledge it to ourselves and to remember to never get jaded on this experience, because getting jaded is lame. Not appreciating things is lame. You have to be able to appreciate the amazing things that are going on, or else you're shortchanging yourself, because we don't get a whole lot of time to do shit like this. So that's why we named this tour Nothing Like the First Time. It's the first time that I've gone off on that tangent. So I appreciated that moment where I explained the tour name for the first time. Yeah. The first time I ate avocados, it was so amazing that I came. That was actually the first time that I came, so the only thing that I could compare it to was the taste of avocados. Almost the same. The first time I got stoned, I ran into my friend's bedroom and I hung onto each corner of the mattress because I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that I was going to be flung into space if I didn't hold tight. 2 years before that, I went to my first concert and I was high all night. And the first time someone clapped for me on stage, I floated 3 inches off the pavement walking home. Only one girl has ever really wrapped my stomach into pretzels. She didn't give me butterflies. She gave me pterodactyls. I'm talking terrible internal bruising, and the first time I kissed her was like the first time that I saw fireworks, which was like the sky first kissing me in the eyeballs. But in high school, the self-defense counselor taught us that we could defend ourselves against a rapist just by sticking a thumb into the corner of his eye socket and then popping it out like a grape. Babe, for the chance to be with you, I would pop my own eyeballs out and say, here, I only have eyes for you. So no matter where you went, every time you pulled out a handful of loose change, I'd get to wink at you. And 1,000 miles away, you'd think of how charming I am. Me, weaving blindly through LA traffic. You, in some bullshit other place. But you shouldn't leave first times until the end of summer. Because you went off to college, years passed, you stopped calling anymore, and that first kiss hardened into the last. My love, retarded, preserved, a pterodactyl in a tar pit, the music over before it started, a lost guitar pick. I've stopped trying to match it, searching for some magical attachment, because marriages are not Disney. You know, bad marriages are sandcastles. Good marriages even are McDonald's hamburgers. Because you can leave a good marriage on a plate in the sun for 30 years and it stays pretty much the same. The key, I've heard from my dad, is to fight routine, to make the smallest moments gleam and mean something. And if you ever feel yourself fading, you face paint your old and aging, jaded, creased up cheeks gold-plated. And if you need a youthful spruce up, grab a tube of that noob juice and lube up. And if you're hurting, you rub the good stuff where you're burning. But a word of warning, first time tends to make the bad times worse. And there's the rub. It doesn't make things better, it just makes them louder. It amplifies a murmur, because great is greater is greater, and broke is broker. And bone is boner. It's not a perfect formula, okay? But the first time that you kissed me, the door of your crappy Civic already half open, you said, I'm glad you did that. And I have a feeling that for you, it first time. It wasn't this one time. But I will remember that moment for the rest of my life, even if I have to arm wrestle all-timers for it. And if I ever get a chance to kiss you again, you know, a second time, I'm gonna lick you right across your face. Because I've already kissed you, but I've never licked you. And you'll say, oh, why the fuck did you do that, George? And I'll say, hey, sexy, did someone slap you across the face with a banana slug? Or is that a big shiny trail of first time on your cheek? Maybe we could go back to my place and get some first time on the sheets. It's worth it. After all, there is nothing like the first time. The first time, I'm telling you, the first time is always perfect.